we've got the cure.
I'm talking about French onion stuffed chicken breasts.
Recipes that will crush your family's chicken boredom tonight.
Yum! It's such a naturally fragrant, delicious sauce, easy to make.
And Chopped Chef Scott Conant is dishing up a dazzling chicken cutlet sandwich.
Ready?
Plus, tips for making the ultimate grilled cheese.
Gail is in grilled cheese heaven. Look at that face.
That's next. Let's dish. The kitchen has always been the center of my world because life is more delicious when it's full of food and fun.
Everybody knows me as a culinary expert and food judge on television, but also I'm a mom trying to get dinner on the table.
From Hollywood to home, I bring Southern sweet and Caribbean heat, and I'm not afraid to stir the pot.
Good food, good friends, good dish.
It's the chicken. The chicken just brings it out for you. Welcome to The Good Dish. Now, how many of you watching have had someone in your home complain, chicken again? If your family is suffering from foul fatigue, we have got you covered with chicken breast makeovers that will have your kids ready for seconds. Get this, every year Americans consume about 8 billion chickens. So you can understand why some people might get tired of the same old boring bird. I'm curious, how often do you guys deal with complaints about chicken in your house?
Well, mine complained so much, I made a video about it.
Did Sasha come through for us again?
Oh, my little Sasha. She tells me just how it is. You guys take a look at this tape.
Sasha, let's go get some chicken.
No!
You don't want chicken?
No!
You don't like chicken?
No!
Let's go eat some chicken.
No!
Oh, no.
I don't like chicken.
She says it with gusto. No.
Yeah, it only slightly hurt my feelings. It's like, no. So yes, clearly I need to up my chicken game. So I've done just that because no one's getting bored with the chicken we're about to make today because it is stuffed, but not one, but 2 delicious cheeses.
Wow.
I'm talking about French onion stuffed chicken breasts.
Oh my goodness.
If you love the soup, you're gonna love stuffing it in a chicken breast, okay? So let's kick these off. I've got skinless, boneless chicken breast.
Nothing like taking a nice lean chicken breast and stuffing it up
There
with
you
cheese.
go. This breast won't know what hit her when I'm done.
That's what we're here for. 5 days a week.
All right, so I've got a small paring knife here, and I've already started the cut. You wanna make a little slit from the meaty top of the breast and come all slightly down. You don't want to go all the way through the end of the breast, nor do you want the knife to come through the back because it's going to make a nice little pocket here, okay? And then we're going to start to season. Season on the outside, season on the inside, yes. Black pepper and salt, yes. And then we're going to stuff the insides like I promised, with a little Gruyere cheese and mozzarella cheese, okay? And stuff as much as this little breast can take, all right? And then you'll just take a toothpick, secure it right through the center there, and that's gonna be our hold. And then we're gonna move over here. Let me give my hands a nice little clean off
Soapy wash.
here.
I can jump in here for you.
All right, so what I've done, I've already seared off some chicken breasts in the pan, and then using that same flavors, we start to build. We've caramelized some onions.
Yes.
And beautiful, we always talk about caramelizing onions. Don't rush this process. Let them brown, take their time. And then, Daphne, if you'll add in a little flour, because we're gonna start to build a luxurious sauce with it. And that flour is gonna start to hold it all together, and we'll build on flavors here, a little white wine.
I smell some thyme in here too.
Oh, it is time to smell the thyme. We're coming in with that.
French onion soup. It's really.
It's very reminiscent of it. Yes, it's just almost like deconstructed. We're putting it inside the chicken breast. A little
Like a wine facial.
There you go. Well, if you love that, here we go with a little cooking sherry, or you can do brandy if you like.
Okay.
And then I have some beef broth. As that starts to come together in a nice little simmer, if you'll start putting the chicken breast back into the pan. So then the chicken breast, the cheese is starting to melt just a little bit on the inside.
Right,
we have that nice golden brown sear, and then it gets to soak up all of that French onion-like sauce goodness through and through. And then All right, y'all are already oohing and ahhing, and I'm
ready
not
for
even
this.
done yet. Hold on.
It smells really
It
beautiful.
really does.
Just like you do with the soup when you top off the bowl with a lot more cheese, we put a little bit of Gruyere on top of each breast.
my.
And some fresh thyme. There we go. And then this, she looks really good
She's
right
ready
there.
to go in there.
Nice, nice, nice. All right, so that's gonna go in the oven and bake for about 12 to 15 minutes. You can put it directly from, you get a good pan, you can put it directly into the oven. Daphne, if you'll
Here we
load that
go.
in.
Oh, the bottom for my favorite guy. Bottom for the new guy.
There we go.
Sorry.
Daphne will load
All
that
right,
in the
Let that
bottom.
cook up.
And
We'll
then
show you.
once it comes out.
These are so cute. Gail, this really matches your outfit.
I know.
I gotta get the
Might
hot
have to
mitts.
get 'em.
Oh, and that's a great tip actually, Jamaica, that you can find a pan that can go straight to the oven.
Yes.
Fabulous. And, oh, I'm sorry. Let me show you.
We gotta show her off first. Look at that.
Come on, get in there.
Too bad they can't smell it because the smell is divine. Okay.
Wow, Jamaica.
Woo-hoo.
Look what you did here.
So yes, so you will bring this to the table. Make sure before you serve it up, you remove those toothpicks. They are not an added bonus in your chicken. Don't serve that to your family. And you just top it off with a little garnish of parsley. And there you have it.
Look how nice and thick that gorgeous sort of saucy onion mix, like onion soup got.
Yes, yes, yes. And then all the cheese comes through in every bite.
I haven't gotten to the cheesy center yet. I want to see your cheese pull in that one.
You want to see my center
Let me
break
see what
in?
happens. Yeah, break into that center. Break
All
into the
right.
vault. Let's see.
There's cheese right through the middle there.
Oh, wow.
Let me see all of that. And then the great thing is you can also serve this up with like a slice of toasted bread or something like that. You know how you do the soup, you dip the bread in there. It has all of the flavors. It's
I
just
would sop
chicken
up
breast.
some of this sauce with some crusty bread. That's
I would drink this
delicious.
sauce like soup.
Exactly. Imagine that. You can get the full recipe for French onion stuffed chicken breast at gooddishtv.com. But sometimes you need an even quicker fix, I find, for a family to get really excited about a simple chicken breast. You don't have time to caramelize your onions for 45 minutes perhaps. But I have a few ideas here sitting on the counter. First, I love a caprese chicken breast. It's fresh. If you're just sauteing straight up chicken breasts, get nice color on them, cook them in the oven for 20 minutes, let's say, so they're nice and cooked through but not dry. And then make a caprese salad, but chop it up, fresh basil, diced tomato, diced mozzarella cheese, sprinkle on top with a little bit of lemon juice and olive oil, a little salt and pepper, and it is fresh and perfect. Another idea is peanut sauce with diced cucumber and cilantro. So nutty and delicious, and then brightened up and lightened up with some chopped cucumber and fresh herbs.
Delicious.
Next up, Chop Judge Scott Conant is making a chicken cutlet sandwich for us that is anything but boring. Stay with us.
I forgot about that.
Like something you saw on the show today? We're dishing all the details on the good list. All the recipes, important tips, and tricks, all in one place. So stay tuned until the end of the show when we'll share the good list QR code. You can scan to send it all right to your phone.
No one wants to get cut on Food Network's Chopped, but every contestant wants to meet Chef Scott Conant, who is a fan favorite judge on the show. He's also the author of Peace, Love, and Pasta, and he joins us now from his restaurant, The Americano, in Scottsdale, Arizona. Hi, Scott. How are you?
How are you? It's great to see you guys.
Good.
Congratulations on the show.
Thanks.
Thank
Amazing.
you.
We're excited to have you here today.
So we all have various connections, the four of us, but I'm really proud of all of you. Congratulations. You deserve it.
you.
Well deserved.
Thank you so much. So today we're chatting chicken, all things chicken breast,
Yes.
and how to revive it if you feel like your family's having a little fatigue. You have two beautiful daughters. Do they ever complain about your cooking, specifically with chicken?
They're the worst critics in the world. I mean, they're really,
or best.
They chop you every night.
they do. Well, not every night, thank God, but it's really rough on the ego.
Yes, indeed.
Well, I tell you what, I can never complain about, because when you and I worked together on Chop Chef Jr., I mean, I was excited to be on the show, but your hair, look at that side profile. I am mesmerized by your hair every time, man. It's a good head of hair. And
It's exceptional.
How do you do that?
Thanks. I thought you were going to say we're mesmerized by my award-winning personality, but I'll take the hair.
It was all about the hair for me, dude. It's
Love
a
it.
showstopper.
Thank you.
I always love you and your hair. Yes.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right, well, today, Scott, we're helping relieve chicken boredom, and I know you have a chicken cutlet sandwich with radicchio slaw and pickled Fresno peppers that we all can't wait to try. So let's get started. Tell us what we do first. We're gonna cook it along with you.
Oh, good. Perfect. So what I have here is some chicken. I have thighs and breasts. I am more of a thigh person when it comes to chicken. So what I do very simply, I have some seasoned flour here. I have a little bit of salt inside of it. I have some egg with a little bit of, just a little bit of salt as well. And then I have some breadcrumbs that I added some fresh chopped oregano. You could also use dried, a little bit of Parmesan cheese, a little bit of salt, and a little bit of crushed red pepper as well. So I just take the chicken cutlet standard breading procedure, as we say in restaurant kitchens, and a little bit of flour, a little bit of egg, and then directly into those beautiful breadcrumbs and just dredge them accordingly. What I love about this is when they start to fry up in a pan. I do them in a pan. You could deep fry them also. I like them sauteed in a pan. And when that Parmesan cheese starts to kind of melt and integrate and it starts to give off that beautiful umami scent, it is really something special.
Such a good
It's one of my
combo.
favorite things to do. So yeah, take it, put it right in that pan. I'm doing like a shallow fry on this so it has a nice crispy coating. We're gonna fry it on both sides. Do it like 4 or 5 minutes on one side, flip it over, and then do 2 or 3 minutes. And then what we'll do is take it out of the pan, drain it on some paper towels, and then start the process to make the sandwich itself.
All right, well, hold up 1 second. We're just finishing. We're following you here. We're gonna turn these beautiful cutlets into your chicken sandwich with the radicchio slaw, pickled Fresno peppers. So everyone stick around, and when we come back, we're gonna see the magic.
Making it
Thanks,
real
Scott.
time. Oh, yeah. Like it.
We're back with Chef Scott Conant, who just finished making the chicken cutlets for his beautiful chicken cutlet sandwiches with radicchio slaw and Fresno peppers, and we are ready to build. We have the fully cooked cutlets here, Scott, so tell us what we do next.
So we're gonna make this slaw. Inside this little pan, in this bowl, I have some mayonnaise. I'm gonna add a little celery seed, some prepared horseradish, a little bit of sugar, not too much, kind of like a coleslaw dressing.
Hey,
essentially.
hold the phone. You're
Slow down,
slowing
slow down,
down.
slow down.
What is this, a professional kitchen?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Let's start with the mayonnaise.
I want to lavish a little love for
So,
you on the prepared horseradish, sugar, and celery seed. Such clutch moves. And then that little bit of, what is it, white wine vinegar you had in here?
A little bit of white wine vinegar as well. And
Okay.
just that pinch of sugar, I think you said that. And just whisk that up, and it's like a coleslaw dressing, essentially.
Perfect,
You know? And then we're going to take that and mix it with the cabbage, radicchio, and the carrots that I have here.
Yes.
And so we're just going to pour that
Napa
all
cabbage, pro move. Yeah, I like that.
Thank you. So, and then we're going to mix it all up. And that is, by the way, by itself is delicious. You don't even have to have it on a sandwich, but it's nice to have on a sandwich as well.
100%.
And then we're going to assemble these things, just coat it all up together. If you want to add a little olive oil to it, you can do that as well, just to make sure that everything is coated. So extra virgin olive oil in there also. So then we start to assemble these sandwiches. The way I like to do it is I put some insulation on the bottom. I have some bib lettuce there. I'm going to sprinkle. I have these cutlets. I'm going to put a little bit of extra salt on the exterior and just place that directly on top of the lettuce. I'm going to add a couple beautiful tomatoes to this also.
Oh, yeah. So juicy. I love this.
Right?
What a feast here.
And by the way, if your kids don't like radicchio, which mine go back and forth, sometimes it's too bitter for them, just sub out more of the Napa cabbage. It's all good. And I pile it nice and high with this slaw directly on there.
Oh, we got it going on over here.
We have some pickled Fresno chilies that we just pickle with a little bit of vinegar and sugar. You're already in it. You're already in it. You're ahead of me.
We don't
already.
waste any time here.
You might make slaw faster than us, but we eat faster than you.
Exactly.
We're already here.
I like your style.
So,
I like your
talk to me.
style.
Thank you. Talk to me about these Fresno chilies for a second. You pickled them quickly. What if I can't find Fresno chilies at my local grocery store? What can I substitute instead? Because I feel they're so integral to the bite in the sandwich.
Yeah. Well, you can use red peppers and make them yourself, right? And then add more chilies to them to make them spicy. Or you can just use pickled jalapenos, always readily available. And I mean, who doesn't love a pickled jalapeno, right?
Wow.
I gotta tell you, Scott, the crunch on this chicken, like you get that real, I mean, like commercial level quality crunch. I'm gonna show you in 1 second. Paired with the juiciness of the slaw and that little bit of heat from the pickled Fresnos, unreal. Ready?
Oh, yes.
That is
So
crispy.
good.
Love it.
Guys,
Not graceful in the eating, but beautiful in the making.
We
this
don't
is
have
my,
Perfectly
like,
graceful.
my literal perfect sandwich. So delicious. You guys, you can get Scott's recipe on gooddishtv.com, of course. Scott, I want to talk about your new cookbook, which is gorgeous.
Yes.
Here it is.
Thank you. Thank you.
Peace, love, and pasta. And what I love about this book is it is filled with restaurant quality meals that any home cook can make with your wisdom, with your guidance. Why was it so important for you to make a cookbook like this?
Well, people always ask chefs, what do you guys cook at home? Like, what do you make for your family? So I felt like a lot of the recipes that I cook at home are things that are, from various experiences and travels and things of that nature. And it's a little bit personalized, right? I always cook things through a little bit of a scope of an Italian kitchen. But at home, I don't always do that. In restaurants, I do. So I just want to showcase some of those fun dishes that we do.
Something I noticed as I was flipping through the pages is that there are actually some recipes that pay homage to your wife, who is Turkish. There are some lovely Turkish-influenced recipes in here, like this manta, which immediately called my name. If you guys don't know about this, this is basically like Turkish ravioli. These are tiny, delicate little raviolis stuffed with a fragrant meat mixture, sometimes pine nuts in there. Your recipe looks fabulous. It's lacquered with like melted butter and chili, garlicky yogurt.
Yes.
It is the best hangover cure you've ever had in your whole life. I don't know anything about that, but I'm just putting it out there. And why did you, how should I say, did these Turkish dishes become a staple in your home? Are there any that you turn to over and over again?
The manta is definitely one that we turn to all the time. And these are things that, it's really important for me to be able to have the girls growing up with a lot of that Turkish culture as well. I love the old world sentiment of all those things. Yes. So, we're not silly at all. So I wanted to showcase some of those things because it's important. It's important to experience that cultural connection.
It really is. It's something that I definitely valued growing up. Your family is beautiful. This picture of you with your girls and your wife is so much fun. And you're just such a joy to hang out with. I love your cooking. This sandwich is fabulous. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
All
Great
right.
to see you all.
You too.
Thank
We
you.
miss you in New York, Scott.
I'll be back soon.
Okay,
I'll be
good.
back soon.
Good. We'll see you soon.
Yes, and we'll enjoy the sandwich in the meantime, all right? So for this incredible recipe from Scott, check out his cookbook, Peace, Love, and Pasta, on our latest Good Dish Cookbook Club pick. And for more information, the Good Dish Cookbook Book Club for your chance to win a copy of Scott's book. Visit our Instagram at Good Dish TV. Now, up next, we're heading to the test kitchen to show you how to create the perfect crusty grilled cheese sandwich. We'll go in on this one right here.
The Good Dish Test Kitchen, where we get a little nerdy testing recipes so you don't have to. And today, the Good Dish Test Kitchen cracks the grilled cheese code.
Welcome back to The Good Dish. There is nothing more beautiful than a grilled cheese sandwich. So today in the test kitchen, we're going to show you how to perfect the crustiest, cheesiest, butteriest grilled sandwich you've ever had.
All right, so now let's get to the perfect sandwich. Now we looked at 3 variables: the bread, the cheese, and the cooking method. So let's start with the bread. We looked at white bread, artisan bread, and sourdough bread. Here's what we found. The white bread was great, but it was too airy. It had no real texture to it. The artisan bread, it had great crunch, but the crust get too hard when you start to grill it off. So our pick is supermarket pre-sliced sourdough bread.
I like it. All right, well, cheese is key when you're making a good grilled cheese sandwich. So we worked with 3 different cheeses. We started with cheddar cheese. Cheddar cheese has that great flavor for sure, but it actually doesn't melt very well. And in fact, it's a little greasy when you put it in a grilled cheese sandwich. Sometimes it pools. Then we went with American cheese. Of course, it's the classic. It gets very creamy, and it's what we all grew up with in our minds that makes the perfect grilled cheese sandwich. The issue is it's not really real cheese, and it gets very gooey. It doesn't really take on that sharp, cheesy flavor that we want. So I think we can do better. So we found that the best combo is a combination of grated cheeses. And here we're using grated Gruyere, cheddar, and just for a little extra, a little bit of Havarti, which we thought made the best results. So you have the sharpness of the cheddar, the nuttiness of the Gruyere, and that melty butteriness of Havarti, just for an extra kick. And the other key that is a big takeaway that any chef will tell you is to grate your cheese for a grilled cheese sandwich. Don't slice it. It makes all the difference.
All right, now we got all the rules. Let's start building our grilled cheese. So we mix our 3 cheeses together and we sandwich them between 2 pieces of sourdough bread, as we said, and mix them all up. Make sure they are evenly part there. And then put your bread on top. We got to get to the spreading, okay? We want to finish off at the top. You can do, I'm going to do mayo here. And somebody at home is like, mayo?
Yes,
What?
I'm telling you, that is also a bonus chef tip. Now, of course, you can butter the outside of your bread when you're making grilled cheese with butter. That's what we've all done, and we know that butter tastes great and will make it golden brown. But using mayo as the spread on the outside of each slice for grilling on a griddle makes your grilled cheese sandwich so crispy and golden with a little bit of a tang. And I'm telling you, it will up your game.
It will. So you spread it edge to edge. Carefully put it down on your hot pan with the mayo side down. And you want to make sure you get your heat, do it low and slow. If you have your heat too high, the bread will get griddled and golden brown, but the cheese won't melt inside. And you cannot have a grilled cheese sandwich without that melty, cheesy pull on the inside. So let the bottom get evenly golden brown. And in about 4 to 5 minutes, it's going to get really crisp. But then after you flip, you're going to spread more mayo on the other side, all right? And then when you flip the sandwich, you'll lower the heat to about medium-low, and then that's where all the cheese starts to melt, gets very crisp around the edges for another 4 to 5 minutes, okay? So once you take it off of your griddle or out of your pan, you cut into a triangle.
And there is something about the triangle I find that is so gratifying. Oh, that's nice. Super cheesy on the inside. You get the maximum kind of surface area of the slice.
All right.
I'm gonna taste it.
Please do. We always test our food in the test kitchen. So here we have it for the perfect grilled cheese. It's sourdough bread. Oh yes, the combo of grated Gruyere, cheddar, and Havarti cheese. Cook over low heat. And I don't have to ask what you think because Gail is in grilled cheese heaven. Look at that face.
I really am. It's so cheesy and gooey, buttery, tangy from the mayo. You did this right, my friend.
Oh, yes. We always do it right in the test kitchen. So you can find our recipe on gooddishtv.com. And when we come back, we're sharing our chef-approved tips to spice up your avocado toast. You don't want to miss that. Spread, smashed or sliced, avocados have been the toast of the town for years, and honestly, I cannot think of a food trend that has lasted longer. Is this trend showing any signs of slowing down?
No, staying power for the avocado toast. You know, I have to say, I think it's not often that that health foods get to be a trend, and I think avocado toast has this beautiful world that it lives in kind of alone, where it is a health food, but it tastes super indulgent. And it's really filling, and that fattiness of avocado is so delicious, and there's a million ways to do it. Every time I turn around, there's like a new avocado toast on the scene.
Well, turn around again, honey, because I got a new way to show it to you right here. Bam. So yes, and I mean, all of these innovations, they're surprisingly simple, and with more than 12 million views. Oh my, take a look at this TikTok twist on avocado toast. There you go, one more time. There's another one for you.
Yeah,
there it
especially,
is.
you know, have you had warm, I mean, of course you've had warm avocado. They do the half avocado with the baked egg in the middle, which I love. This is kind of like a quicker, easier take on that. And I have to say, it's sort of just an extra filling omelet. That avocado fat really satiates you. So we're gonna put one of our own twists on the infamous, is it infamous? It's not dangerous. Famous avocado toast, starting with a deconstructed version. I love this. I think it really ups like the elegance of the avocado toast. Very customizable. Jamaica, dish the details on your deconstructed avocado toast.
All right, so I'm starting off with quick pickled Fresno chilies and shallots. And this is what I'm gonna call a quickle, okay?
I like that.
And if you're wondering what a quickle is, it's just a quick pickle, involves brining, and has a vinegar-based solution, and then you just let everything marinate inside of a mason jar. So right here, I have my water on the stove, and you just put whatever you want in your mason jar. I have some pickling spices, like, some peppercorns, coriander, Fresno chilies for a little heat, shallots, garlic, and you can do any vegetables you want.
Delicious.
Okra, carrots, peppers. You have fun with your quickle. This is my, I like saying quickle.
I
You
do
make
too.
your
You
quickle
could-
your way, I make my quickle my way.
As opposed to like the classic pickle that would just be letting it sit long and low.
That's a long-term pickle.
Yes.
That's a commitment.
Yes.
This is just a quickle. It's quickie.
You'll
It's a
get
quickie picky.
It's quickie picky. Now that is not going to make air.
What did
okay.
you do? What did
in
you
this
do in the break?
saucepan,
pickle.
You didn't share. Whatever happened.
in this saucepan, I have some water, and I'm going in with some apple cider vinegar, a little bit of sugar, and we're gonna put a hefty pinch of salt in here. And you'll just let it come to a simmer until the sugar and the salt start to dissolve, and then you will pour it over.
Oh, that vinegar.
Yeah,
Ooh.
see?
That's what makes it the quickle.
There you go. The quickle hits you
Yeah, I
right in
said
the
it
the quickle hits you in the face.
Weirdo.
Okay.
Quickle slaps back.
All right, so you pour it over your vegetables. I have it in a mason jar. I want to put it in an airtight container so you can seal it off tight.
Yes.
Put this on your countertop. Let it cool until at room temperature. Then you can put your lid on, store it in the refrigerator for up to like 2 weeks or so. So you can kind of just have fun with that, all of your fun toppings. Now we have our quickle done. We're going to get to what would be considered the toast in our avocado toast. We're using a bagel here. There you go.
That was it.
Woohoo!
Sorry, I need a third hand just to manage the main.
All right, so I preheat my oven to 400 degrees, and you line a baking sheet with parchment paper, and you see how Daphne is slicing the bagel, about 1/4 inch thick slices, and then that's gonna turn into our bagel chips. So yeah, you brush them off with olive oil, give them a little kiss of salt,
Nice.
and then once you put them in the oven, they're gonna come out nice and crispy.
Can I take these to the oven for you?
Absolutely, and then
Okay.
you're gonna let them sit out, let them cool first, so you don't want to affect your avocado or cause any, browning early or anything like that, and you want that crunch. So it comes out of the oven, and gotta love that, right?
Crispy, golden brown, toasty. These are the perfect little bits for like appetizers too.
There you go.
Okay.
Now here's how we're going to build our avocado toast. I keep saying that because it's deconstructed. I have avocados that I've sliced thinly, put in the base of your bowl, and then you just have fun with your toppings. I'm doing a little radish here.
Get in here with your toppings?
Absolutely.
Oh,
It's a
just
toppings
everything.
bar for a reason. Jump in there.
Yeah, you do. Everything bagel seasoning.
Make sure you add in your quickle vegetables there. Top it off, and that's going to give it that nice salty, briny fix to complement that fatty goodness of your avocado. Do a little bit of salt to finish it off. Go spicy. Just have fun with this, okay? A little hot sauce if you like.
Is that gorgeous? I'm sorry, this looks so enticing. It feels like very bespoke. The layers of crunch and texture on here, Jamaica.
And then you just have as many bagel chips as you like. Top it off with your, should be the new avocado. It's served up so many different ways, and now you have a fabulous one to do and really impress your people with. You could show off a lot of your skills here. We pickled, we sliced, we toasted. We're we did everything right now.
You are a multi-hyphenate today. It's amazing. These are actually really delicious, I have to say. And the Fresno Quickles, I think, make the whole thing.
Once you have those, you're gonna put them on everything.
Delicious. Well, I want to just talk about avocados for a second because I feel like there is maybe 30 seconds when they are perfect. You spend a lot of time waiting for them to ripen, and then they have their moment and they are overripe so quickly. So I wanted to give a few tips about the perfect time to use your avocados so you know what to look for and you use them at their peak. Most avocados you want to buy in the store when they are not yet ripe. So they're very firm and they have a bright green skin. Let them sit out on your counter for a few days until they look like this. These are perfect. They are uniformly black, but also notice that they are still firm. If I squeeze it, although I'm being tender here.
Very loving.
They don't dimple, they don't indent, they're not squishy. They are just still firm on the inside. That means they'll be nice and green, but still soft enough to use in something like an avocado toast and still mash up, and they are perfect for your needs. You don't want them to get like this. This is an avocado that's clearly past its peak. You can see it's dimply here, and it has started to pull away from the skin, so there's a lot of air and mush, and it'll be black inside. I'm not even gonna let you deal with it.
Blow all of your minds for 1 second.
Okay.
I saw, and this is a surprise even to the producers. I didn't send this to anybody. I saw this thing on TikTok that literally blew my mind because of this exact issue, which is that you buy avocados very underripe, and before you even remember you have them, they are then too ripe and you can't use them. Okay. The person in this video put their avocado in a jar of water in the back of their fridge, and no joke, it lasted like 3 months. Like actual 3 months. They took it out of the water, opened it up, and it was perfectly green inside.
No way.
Not a joke. I'm in utter shock. So we will find that video and put it on our social for you because I just was thinking like, there has to be a better way than to waste a bunch of money buying because I love
They are
avocados.
expensive.
They're really expensive, and my kids go through them like all the time. But I think if you have them on hand, you will use them in a myriad different ways, including this gorgeous deconstructed avocado toast.
Okay, we're gonna need to do some sleuthing on that. Thank you. You can find the full recipe for this deconstructed avocado toast at gooddishtv.com. And coming up, the new avocado toast that doesn't even have avocado.
Nice. I mean, I am with Lizzo. It is ricotta toast all the time. The one thing that seems to be rivaling avocado toast in popularity is ricotta toast. Because honestly, it's cheese toast that can go sweet, it can go savory, it's lusciously creamy. You can whip it, which we're gonna do today, and it feels fancy, but it's really simple.
It's luxurious.
Very luxurious, very luxurious. I'm curious what the second thing
I know she had two. She really went for it in that video. Maybe there was one avocado toast and one ricotta
She was
toast.
double fisting whatever that was. I loved it.
It's the right level of commitment for me.
All for it. Exactly.
So I wanted to show you one of my favorite combos when it comes to ricotta toast, which is a sweet savory combo with sliced like shingled pears. Layered with candied walnuts, a little bit of fresh thyme, a little honey, a little olive oil. So and salt, obviously. So it really just surprises your taste buds. You're gonna like it. And candied nuts, much like your Quickles, once you have them, you are gonna find a million ways to use them. So I just melted 2 tablespoons of butter down here in a hot pan, and I'm adding a bit of white and brown sugar. Give that a quick swirl, just to start that melting process, and a pinch of salt, of course. A little bit of cinnamon. I like this sort of, and then ancho chili powder. I like that warming spice, a little bit of heat coming through. If you feel like more heat, go ahead and add some cayenne on. I went for that sort of smoky heat feeling. And then, of course, I'm gonna add my nuts of choice. I'm using walnuts here today, whole walnut halves, but you could definitely use pecans in here, beautiful. Hazelnuts are beautiful. And literally we just stir that up, and then you try not to stir too much. Let that melt. Once the sugars have melted, they will crust around the nuts and form this sticky, glossy coating. It'll take 3 to 5 minutes. Then you're gonna spread that layer of sort of toffee nut mix here onto the surface of a baking sheet and let it cool. And when you break it apart, it's going to look just like so. These wonderful crumbles of delicious toffee nuts. It's delightful. Gail, if you'll add the ricotta in for me, please. And I have some fresh thyme going in. And then I'm gonna add a clove of garlic, and this is unpeeled. I just wanna show you really easily. how you just want to give it a quick smash on your countertop or ideally on a cutting board. And then the peel obviously just slips right away. So you don't need to waste time, ruin your manicure, or get garlic under your nails, my friends. Just do that.
There you go.
Into a food processor with a nice pinch of salt, maybe a nice other pinch of salt. Don't at me about the salt. You need it. And then just let her rip. You just want to make sure that the ricotta has a chance to really be sort of aerated with those blades, and then of course you get that incorporation of that delicious thyme leaf and that 1 clove of garlic, which means you will get the scenting of garlic, but not like the pungent in your face. It's too much garlic moment. If you want to add lemon zest or lime zest in, go and do that. And then, Gail, are you up for slathering?
Sure.
Yeah, slather. Slather.
Thought
away.
you'd never ask.
I know. It smells good already. So we dollop this ricotta on the toast.
And what kind of
I'm doing it
toast would
right
you-
out of the process.
Yes, of course.
What kind of bread would you suggest?
So this is a sourdough bowl that we're using, but honestly, a whole wheat piece of toast, like it depends. You know what would be wild and crazy? How about a pecan raisin toast? So you get like sweet savory in the toast, and then you get the ricotta layer on top, and then we get our shingling of pears. Okay, look at this. Look at our teamwork makes the dream work moment here.
And while you all assemble, I'm going to bring this
Yeah,
to my
get
face.
in there.
How about that?
And then honey.
Oh yeah. Okay, wait.
Love
Watch
this.
this lacquering. First of all, our rainbow of pears. I'm sorry if this doesn't go viral.
Honey first?
Yeah, honey.
Ready?
Go for honey.
Hit it,
Oh,
hit it.
drizzle it. Gail got the fresh thyme. I got the flaky salt.
This is luxe.
And then watch me gild that lily. Gail, that is for you, my friend.
Oh,
Please enjoy.
glorious. You see, I got a little dollop of ricotta here.
That's
that
just
I'm gonna-
extra dipping. Here.
Oh, thank
Jump
you.
in there.
Thank you so much.
The saltiness of the whipped ricotta and then the sweet honey, that is special. It is large.
Wait till you get to the walnuts.
Oh, here we
The
go.
sweet
The
crunch of that.
Extra,
oh, wow.
extra.
It's like it's the toast that keeps on giving because you got the juicy pear, the creamy cheese, the crunchy, got candied walnuts, the crispy bread. I mean, I could keep going all day.
Keep going.
This is amazing.
There's everything.
I love it.
Okay, well, while I'm eating this, I also want to tell you, I can't stop looking at this photo of ricotta toast. It's like
It's
a
gorgeous.
cloud toast. This is extra, extra whipped ricotta. And if you want to whip your ricotta to make it look like this, although that beautiful formation is hard to beat, use whole milk ricotta. That'll be a creamier, really dense and rich feeling and tasting ricotta, and I will guarantee that it will be delicious.
And
Looks beautiful.
keep working on those nuts because I want to take those home with me tonight.
I forgot about them for a second.
But yeah, so now when we're talking about even more delicious things, we just keep going with ricotta combos. I love the roasted cherry tomatoes with basil. So we're going a little bit kind of savory here, maybe a caprese type thing, kind of
Delicious.
feel going on. And you can also do prosciutto and figs with a balsamic glaze on top with that drizzle. I mean, okay, I'm going to take all of these home with me. Thank you very much, ladies. All right, so you can get this full recipe for whipped ricotta toast at gooddishtv.com. And don't you go away. We've got the good list coming up next. I'm going to do the Lizzo. I do the Lizzo. Welcome back to The Good Dish. We've been talking about new twists on everything from avocado toast to the best ways to relieve your family's chicken boredom. Now, I tell you what I didn't get bored with is that chicken sandwich by Chef Scott Conant.
So good.
I mean, you know what I appreciate the most? I mean, the chicken sandwich had that crunch, it had the slaw, but typically you'll see pickles on there. So but he did those pickled Fresnos. I was like, change my life. Didn't think of doing that.
Still eating them, by the
Yes.
way. And we just put them on our avocado toast. So many reasons to love Scott Conant today and his pickled Fresnos. And if you are looking to buy Fresno chilies in the grocery store, this is what they look like. Big and red and bright and just the right amount of heat. So get them and quickle them as fast as you can.
Quickle.
Get on that quickle. Oh my gosh. I have to say, just in closing, I feel like anything on toast It's just better. A sandwich is the best thing around. Like, it's so good. And I love our little open face sandwiches here. I loved your deconstructed avocado toast.
My bowl is half
It's all
empty.
gone.
This is how much
good today.
I deconstructed my entire bowl. There you go.
But I feel like it's cute for like a brunch spread. It's almost like avocado sashimi. You know, they're doing all those sort of like vegan takes on sushi kind of situation. Anyway, it is time for the good list. See that QR code on your screen? Open up your camera app and hold your phone up to the television. It will take you right to the recipes and more from today's show. You can also head to gooddishtv.com to get it all. On the good list today, we know the answer to the question, what's for dinner? Scott Conant's Chicken Cutlet Sandwich with radicchio slaw and pickled Fresno peppers. That got us all hot and bothered. We love those. Or you could have our French onion stuffed chicken breasts. These were so delicious, sweet and savory. You can make everything we've covered on today's show by heading to the good list, so scan that code right now.
And while you're scanning, I'll be eating my new favorite avocado toast. We'll see you next time for more good food and good dish.
Bye, guys.